Welcome to Wednesdays with Wayne, and I was asked by some of our followers some of the tools that I use for cleanup early in the spring. It is that time of the year that we're getting going, so you need to do an inventory and also probably do some shopping for some new tools. A few of my favorites when it comes to pruning, I want to start with my snips. This is great for deadheading and just doing some small stuff. When it comes to pruning most of my shrubs, I use a pair of Falcos. And Falcos are just a very long-lasting pair of pruners. I love these because of the rotating handle and it's ergonomically correct. Loving this tool, and again, a little less wrist fatigue. It's great for pruning shrubs. When it comes to a little bit larger stuff, this folding saw is so handy to have for smaller branches. When it gets a little bit larger, I've got my battery powered chainsaw from Stihl. This is just a handy little item. So a great item to do some trees that probably have 2 to 4 inch caliper, maybe even up to 6 inch caliper, and any of the volunteer stuff. Kind of in my areas where there's a lot of natural stuff, I do a lot of cleanup with these. When it comes to the ornamental grasses, if it's a small amount of stuff, I'm using a very lightweight pair of hedge trimmers, handheld hedge trimmers. When it comes to a lot of the big ornamental grasses, I'm firing up these Echo, the gas-powered shears. That this will do a quick job on a lot of ornamental grasses. When it comes to weeding, I've got my handy-dandy soil knife. This is an item we have at the garden center and sell a whole bunch of. I think this is one of the most essential things to have. It's great for either digging small holes for planting annuals and especially for getting weeds out of the ground. Gloves are so essential. Just protecting my hands from thorns and cuts and even some poison ivy, things like that. I like to always have a pair of gloves on to kind of protect my hands. Also with weed control, a pre-emergent herbicide such as Preen is great to put on after we've cleaned up our beds. And then I always love some Osmocote fertilizer for slow release feeding, and this gives me feeding for the entire season. When I'm also cleaning up my beds, I love to have very sturdy tools. I like fiberglass handle shovels. These are great, they're sturdy. I love a long handled fiberglass rake to clean out the beds. And probably one of my most trusted things is this Stihl leaf blower. This has a battery system as well. It's interchangeable with the chainsaw. So these are some of the essentials to get me started, get my beds cleaned up, and get the garden looking beautiful. So thank you for joining Wednesdays with Wayne, sponsored by Niemeyer's Landscape Supply. And remember, beautiful landscapes start here.